Charlie Kirk ends up in an unexpected therapy session between a liberal dad and his conservative son. Things get emotional, intense, and a little too real.
I think he's a liberal. Well, I know he's a liberal because he gobbles up everything that okay, this is why I know he's a liberal. Because he voted for Kamala Harris and he didn't even know why.
Do you think that maybe he wants to believe government will do good? Maybe that's...
Of course. Okay.
Is that a good answer?
Yes,
now, maybe your son is going more conservative because he thinks government hasn't done a lot of good. Is that maybe a fair, charitable interpretation?
That makes relative sense.
Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. So you guys have a generational divide. You look at government as being probably a force for good. He's grown up in a circumstance where he's seen government declare wars and do a lot of nonsense like the Iraq War. He's not in his head. Trigger the financial crisis, only accentuate income inequality. So what I'm just saying for you two, because a father-son divide is more important than politics, is really try to come down at what generational perspective do they have. Finally, where do you get your news from?
You, baby.
Okay, and where do you get and sir, where do you get your news from?
I don't watch any kind of video media at all. I get it mostly by reading, and I go through a broad spectrum of different sources from all over.
So here's what I'll just say in closing, guys, is that never let politics get in the way of the beautiful relationship between father and son. My advice first is for the son to the father, understand he comes from a different generational perspective. He thinks government is probably a good force and, that we shouldn't question our institutions. Now, your son, understandably, is seeing it harder than ever to own a home. He's seen a border wide open. He's seen lies from politicians. He's seen the enrichment of the ruling class. And instead of interrupting and want to get in an edge, smartly be like, maybe my son is processing a way that I might not agree with, but he's growing up in a different circumstance than I ever would.